he's in the back of my shot, so it's like his body was there. And the guy was rather excited. And so there was just the male genitalia going back and forth past my head. But so I was doing ADR and I was like, surely you can't let this, I mean, impressive, well done, but surely.
Hey there, everyone, and welcome to GalaxyCon Live, where we're bringing the convention experience directly to you. I am your moderator for today's panel, Mario Bueno. The 100 premiered in March 2014 and ran for 7 seasons, ending in September of this past year. And while we aren't able to get a full 100 on here, because that would probably give our poor engineer an aneurysm, we are very fortunate to be able to speak to 5 of the 100 cast members. So without further ado, let's start bringing them out to our virtual stage and get right to your questions. First off, you know them as Antonio in Charmed, Trevor in The Handmaid's Tale, Carter in The Good Witch, and Levitt in The 100. Please welcome to our virtual stage, Jason Diaz.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Such a pleasure to be here. Can't wait to chat.
Pleasure to have you here, and still in awe of your majestic wall. I'm actually one of the anime moderators here, so I very much appreciate the top of that particular shelf. So A+.
Right there.
Always rock the dragon. Okay, next up, coming to our virtual stage, you know them as Vanessa in Occupation, Lisa Jeffries in Neighbors, April Scott in Happy and Away, and Ontari in The 100. Please welcome Rhiannon Fish to our virtual stage. Hello, hello.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. What a pitch. This is so fun. And the little video you played at the start, it's like I feel amped. This is exciting.
Oh yeah, no, I always actually get legitimately hype whenever they play that video, because you know, I've always been into electronic music, so that's like one of my things. I'm like, oh, okay, we got nice little bop to pre-show. All right, let's do this. Thank you for being here. Glad to have you. And joining us on our virtual stage, you know them as Kelsey Atkins in Narco Leap and Harper McIntyre in The 100. Please welcome to our virtual stage, Chelsey Reist. Hello, hello.
Hey, guys. Hello. Hello, Mario, Jason, Rhiannon.
Hello.
What up, everyone?
Thank you for being here, and thank you for bringing the big Chelsea energy that we were feeling in our pre-show. So thank you for that. We're looking forward to having a great chat.
I have to mirror what Rhiannon said. That opening video, I was like, oh, we're here to
Go to the con, go to the club. Yeah, same thing. We're your one-stop shop. And next up, joining us on our virtual stage, you know them as Rosa Cassidy in Skin Trade, Kendra in Rogue, and Echo in The 100. Please welcome Tasya Teles to our virtual stage. Hello, hello.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Welcome. How you doing today?
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited for today. It's going to be so much fun.
Yay. Yeah, we were already having a blast during our pre-show checks, so looking forward to you know, hearing some great stories from y'all, especially in response to our wonderful fan questions. But we are not done yet. We still have one more to bring to our virtual stage. You know them as Drew Curtis in Home and Away, Aiden Foster in Neighbors, and Bellamy Blake in The 100. Please welcome to our virtual stage, Bob Morley. Hello, sir.
Hey, guys. Hello. Thank you for having me. How you doing, guys?
Hi, Bob.
Hey.
Mario.
I haven't heard that name, Drew Curtis, in a long time.
It's been 84 years.
It's been a while.
But we are so glad to have you all here. I'm certain that a lot of fans of The 100 are so glad to see you all back together so soon after the finale of the show, and to be able to interact with you, albeit virtually. So let's start off with just, you know, kind of a general question while we wait to hear from our wonderful live fans. So the 100 is, you know, definitely not unique in terms of the post-apocalyptic genre, but it is very unique in terms of its approach to the post-apocalyptic genre. So I'd like to know what your initial feelings were when you first learned about the show, either to audition for it or once you got cast in it.
Who's up? Who's up?
Mr. Morley.
Looks like he's been volunteered.
It was interesting. Like, I was the first one cast on the show, and there was a lot of floating around. And I think the thing that I really liked about it was that Jasper died in that first episode. I didn't see many other pilots where that happened, but then, you know, as we all know, the show went to testing and very much loved. So Jasper survived. But that was one of the twists at the end of the pilot that I went, oh, this is really cool. Like, we're going in a different direction. And I think, you know, by about episode 4, that kind of darkness that the show has really came through. But I felt like I don't know if you guys felt the same. See you, Rhiannon. Sorry, that was.
It was like spoiler alerts.
You know, I feel like the show kind of reinvented itself every season. You know, and yeah.
I mean, like, I think that was one of the best things about the show too, is how surprising it was. It also made it, you know, very stressful to read the script, you know, as it would be coming out, because we were like, what's going to happen next? Like, who's getting murdered, who's getting shot, who's getting harpooned, like, who's, you know. But yeah, Jason and the writers did such a good job of reinventing the show every season. It was always so different, and yet retained like this core essence of itself. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. I think that for me was the
I also don't like sci-fi. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Coming in with the hot takes.
As much as every season was reinvented, it always felt like the same show. You know, like, it always, like, you see those shows where one season just feels completely detached from the rest of the shows, and this show always felt like the same show, just very different in every season. And then, of course, season 7 got super sci-fi, but still retained the essence of the show, which I thought was really cool. Rhiannon.
Well, I was gonna say that I don't like sci-fi generally speaking, and so the show is so cool in that it caters to people that also aren't in love with that genre as a whole.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Back to what Bob was saying, what I loved too was the darkness about
Should I
it.
restart my Wi-Fi? Is my Wi-Fi fucked? Sorry, everybody.
Let's check in with our wonderful engineer. Taking a look at the chat there for our internal chat as well. Just waiting to see if we get something on that. But while we wait on that, Chelsey, I believe you had some thoughts you were going to share with us.
First of all, I'm just so happy that Rhiannon froze on a beautiful freeze frame, because that could have been a very unflattering moment.
oh, we've seen those, believe you me.
Just back to what Bob said. Yeah, when I first heard about the show and got on the show, I loved how dark it was. They're like, you are going to die in the first episode by puking violently to your own death. And I was like, yes! Then I didn't die, which is fantastic. But I just, yeah, I love how dark it pushed the boundaries, especially for TV, not like a Netflix or straight to like streaming service.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those are certainly, you know, very good marks of a show, to have that core consistency, but still be able to show that versatility to push those boundaries, especially, you know, like you said, Chelsey, you know, on what is effectively network television. So, you know, a plus to the team that put this show together. It seems like we do have some fan questions ready to go, so I am not going to make y'all wait. We're going to jump right into it. So brace yourselves, y'all. Here we go. This first one is from Monika. Oh. Wow, we're already getting to the fun stuff. What was the funniest blooper any of you have had while filming a scene? And if it makes you feel any better, it doesn't have to be specifically the 100. It can be, you know, if you have projects where you have a particularly memorable one, that is fair game for today's discussion.
Well, I got one. Very fun.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, this is fun because the show's done. I can say the story now. So Tasya and I were dying together. Very romantically at arm's reach, and they wanted us to transcend, but the way they wanted us to do it was like pulled up from the chest, so you couldn't sit. Tasya and I'm starting to make excuses, but Tasya and I were on a downhill, and so I needed to use a bit of extra strength to do my little sit-up. And one take, by the way, we all only had one take.
One take death.
What?
Wow.
True story. Farted while doing a sit-up, and then everyone else needed to finish that take with a straight face.
Oh my God.
That's amazing.
Shannon Cook comes up to me after, and he's like, did you fart that? And I was like, yes, I did.
You're welcome.
Oh my God.
That was mine.
I don't even think I realized or remembered that. I think I was just like so overwhelmed with what was going on around me. And like, we're like, we have one take. Okay. Like, let's like do this.
Why did you have one take? Because you were running out of time?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was COVID. And we had to like condense like all of this filming into a few days. So our schedule just got like super
of course. So there's not enough infectious disease going around. You decided to just throw a fart in the mix.
Sometimes I like to improv, and I just felt, that was the one I went with.
I apparently you're in good company with Paul Rudd. He apparently let one rip on one of his movies, and they just kept rolling on the scene, and it made it into the final film. So hey.
Well, just to be very clear, mine was not on purpose. So.
Apparently neither was his. So hey, there you go. You were in good company, sir.
What were you saying, Bob?
I was just asking, did it make it into the show?
No, it didn't. I had to go to
ADR. Yeah.
That was the best moment of my life when we went in for ADR, and I knew damn well why we were ADRing that scene. I was like, fucking hilarious.
You're like, do you want me to redo this or
AD fart.
I'm pretty sure they have it in a sound bank somewhere.
On the toilet humor while we're there. I did a movie called Embrace of the Vampire, in which I was wrapped with a 7-foot albino python. And in the middle of a take, in the middle of a love scene, it peed on me. And apparently snakes only pee once every like 6 months or like some like ridiculous amount of time. It was grotesque. We had to stop the love scene. We had to shower, air out the set. It was just.
You were wrapped in a python during a love scene?
Yeah.
Was it with the python?
It's a vampire. Yeah, like the snake was around my body. It was like a fantasy sequence.
Oh, wow.
And also apparently snakes go number 1 and number 2 out of the same hole. So it's just that happened. That was
the garter snakes, male garter snakes, like because they all bunch up in balls to keep warm, and a lot of them bunch around the female because they, all the guys are trying to, whatever. That
have a love scene.
Piss on the woman, so then all the other male snakes think that they're a female.
God.
And he gets all the warmth. So,
So anyway. I was being marked as territory.
Yeah. So all the other snakes would then come and wrap around you. There was one bit where I think it was the end of maybe season 5, like where we all get cryoed and put into those little frozen little vaults and whatever. But I was doing ADR, and I think it was the scene where I'm saying goodbye to Octavia or whatever. And they were pushing in a guy behind her, and he's in the back of my shot, so it's like his body was there, and the guy was rather excited, and so there was just the male genitalia going back and forth past my head. So I was doing ADR, and I was like, surely you can't let this. I mean, impressive, well done, but surely.
Oh no!
Especially because he's frozen. So I think Charlie and ADR, I think, went to someone else, and they maybe CG'd out the excitement.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I so badly want to hear Marie's reaction to that happening. She'd be like, "The fuck!" Come on.
Oh my God, I remember that. I mean, I feel like on the show, they were putting us in such crazy circumstances so frequently that there was just always something ridiculous and obscure happening at all times. It was like almost, like that was one of the obstacles. Like as an actor, was like, okay, here I am standing in this really bizarre scenario, and everyone, and it's raining, and there's so many kind of things happening at the same time. I remember, Bob, do you remember when we were like trying to run to the like drop ship or something like that, and the topsoil so they almost let us on this location in the mountains because it was raining so hard that day. So the city of Vancouver was like, it's not safe, the top like it's so like wet, the soil right now, and we had to do the scene where we kept on like running towards like the ship before it takes off because the world's gonna explode again. And we're like running with like all these people behind us, and Lola is ahead of us, and they kept on being like, "Toss, Bob, like stay closer to Lola. And we were like, we're trying. He's 13.
I just remember. Yeah, keep going.
And I'm running, and the top soil, like I'm trying to catch up, and it like shifts backwards because it like just slid, like this whole piece of grass just like slid back, and I was like so determined, they're getting the shot, and then I just like boom, and I like failed so hard, but like there's this other Tony, like this big, like, he's like this massive jacked guy. Like he literally just kind of like grabbed me like underneath my like shoulders and just kind of like scooped me like right up. And I just kind of like kept on running. And I was like, whoa, what just happened?
We were running together, and then I just saw you disappear out of my periphery. And I was like, okay, I'll just keep going. And then you appeared again. And I was like, that was interesting.
Yeah, that's a very smooth recovery, I have to say.
I mean,
Tony was incredible. That other story about him catching his baby.
What?
Oh, that's a thing. But yeah, when I was being born,
Going to the baby store to get your baby. like you do.
Yeah.
So we're going to move on to our next question. I have made a note of this so that when Rhiannon gets back, we can find out some more hilarious bloopers for the benefit of our live audience. Next question is from Kira. If you could meet any famous person, dead or alive, who would it be?
I love this question because it's like, I'd like to meet William Shakespeare, but he's dead. Dead or alive.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
so Bob definitely wants Shakespeare to talk prose. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Person.
But he's dead.
I don't know. What about you guys? You guys know?
Obviously, Tasya Teles.
Okay. I mean, I was gonna guess. I don't know.
It's impossible to pick just one.
Cleopatra.
Damn.
Ooh, all right.
I don't know how we would communicate though. Seeing as assuming that's not like.
No, but she's probably really into emojis, like hieroglyphs and all that stuff. Back now.
There we go.
Just drawing together.
Just chiseling this cement wall.
Yeah.
Just texting.
Nail polish, she gets it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lately, I've been really obsessed with the actress Rosamund Pike. I would like to meet her and pick her brain. Maybe kiss her even. I don't know.
Oh, I know. The broiest answer of all time. Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's who I would meet. There we go.
Nice.
Yeah.
We have a nice mix, guys.
From Shakespeare to Schwarzenegger.
Same.
Listen, they're all artists in their own rights, so that's a fair assessment. All right, so since we are still Rhiannonless, let's us move on to our next question. This one is from Amy. What was your favorite episode to film?
That's always such a difficult question. I feel like it always changes for me. I'll just like remember all of a sudden, like, oh yeah, like this happened and this happened. And I mean, when we were filming in, oh my gosh, now I can't even, I loved Polis. I love filming in Polis. I loved like walking around that set. Like the first time I showed up, I was like, wow, it was just so cool, you know, to go and like play in all the little vendor stalls or they're like selling fish or toys or whatever. And Sanctum was also really cool and interesting because there was just so many like swings and yoga mats and like fun things to like sit on and whatever play with or whatever. I guess all sets kind of in a way are like that. But I did like Chelsey and Bob. Do you remember that episode? I think it was at the end of season 4 when we were in the valley, and it was the day that me and Zach were on horses. Chelsey, you were up like on the ridge with a gun.
Oh yeah.
I just like, that was just such a funny day. Like it started off with like pouring rain. Like our, cast tent was kind of like floating away.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone else moved, and then we opened our little flap. And
no one was there.
Yeah. And they're like, we're going to come get you guys.
Yeah. And then you were chained to Ian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That was the episode that bear turned up in the back of Eliza's truck.
Yes. That was the episode there. That was an eventful day.
Yeah.
So that was a really fun day. There was like 300 extras, horses, you know, you guys were up on the it was just such like a
dynamic scene. Like
it was, there was so much going on, and there was just, it was just, and then like a bear shows up, and like there was just, I don't know, but it was really funny and a lot of fun filming that.
I loved any scene like that. It felt like I'm in a Lord of the Rings battle. Like, just, like the orcs are coming and the ants are there, and just like everything's shit's going down.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. We got a visual.
Hey.
We have visual.
Oh,
yes.
Now show me an orc. No.
Oh my God. What a day.
Yeah, that was intense. Yeah, it's good when there's like, I mean, it's difficult when there's like 300 extras, but it also adds to the atmosphere. It's better. Like, I remember I was doing one scene where there was supposed to be an army of grounders, but it was just a field full of tennis balls on the stage.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, nah, not the same. Definitely not the same.
Amazing. Well, that was like the finale when Levitt had that little speech on the battlefield. It's supposed to be full of people. There was like 20 people there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they go and tile them.
Yeah. I was like, this is a full field, right? They're like, yeah. I'm like, okay.
Just
Did you guys all agree on the same episode?
No. Oh man, I was like cramp in my cuff. Sorry.
No, it is all good. we're having a good time here. Let's just roll with it.
I have far less episodes to sift through. So my favorite was episode 15, the second last episode, because I finally got my fight scene.
Yay!
Because prior to that, I just kept getting knocked out by Marie.
Yeah. Hey, join the club, man.
So to finally get my own fight scene, that was my favorite episode.
Sorry, did you mean fart scene?
Well, you know, both.
I think my favorite one, I mean, probably directing was probably my favorite one. That was totally different experience. It was cool.
How was it being in front of the camera and behind it at the same time?
I mean, it was difficult because, you know, like we all know, the show, we're on a very tight schedule. So I couldn't really watch playback. I just had to trust that Ian Samuel, our first, was just amazing. So if it was like it was good, then it was good. But it was one time where I was gagged and I was trying to give notes and all this kind of stuff. And so I'm and I'm trying to give direction and notes and stuff. And Richard was interpreting everything for me, and he nailed it. And he's like, I know what this guy talks about when he's drunk, so this is easy. I understand what he's saying right now. But yeah, it was a totally different experience. I mean, there was one time where I was so focused on getting everything done that I forgot to shoot my own coverage, and I was like, all right, we're moving on. And Ian was like, oh no, we haven't shot your coverage yet. And I was like, oh man, I was so angry. And I wanted to blame someone, but I could only blame myself. Like, as an actor, I would never forget my own coverage. I'd be like, guys, aren't you turning around onto me? But as director, I was like, let's just move on. Let's go. Yeah, but it was definitely different.
I think kudos to you for taking that on. I think that's a huge, amazing feat for you to direct like a massive TV show and star in it at the same time. That's like a really unique opportunity and a really cool thing that most people can't put on their tombstones.
And it was really fun too. Like it was so fun. Like when you were directing, you know, like one of your buddies is like, okay, let's take this again. You're like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty nuts. Like, you know, I was in every scene for the first 3 days of directing, and that was pretty wild. But yeah, like had, great cast and great crew and everything like that. So it made it a lot easier.
Did you sleep well?
Yeah, I did. Everyone was like, oh, you're not going to sleep and blah, blah, blah. But I think I was just so excited and so prepared and excited for this day that, it was probably the most energy and the most rested I was for the entire season.
Wow.
So, Rhiannon, we're going to get you caught up with the current question, and we're going to do a little backtracking just to get your takes on some of these. So we were just discussing everyone's favorite episode in the 100 to film.
Oh, to film? Well, I wasn't. How's my system working? Is it still really bad?
A little choppy, but we can hear you loud and clear. So that is the most important thing right now.
So sorry, everyone. How annoying. My favorite to film was when I chained up Murphy. That's the answer to that question. Next.
Awesome. And then we had two others. I'm going to do them slightly out of order because one of them has nothing to do with filming. What was your favorite blooper while filming the show? We had some howlers while you were gone. I'm so sad that you missed out on that. It was interesting.
Me too. I'm so sorry. I loved all.
Oh no! We're hanging on every word.
Another good freeze frame though.
There's actually seriously, like, Rhiannon has just been on point with the freeze frames. Like those are some majestic screen caps. Okay, so we will return to that.
Like she was just getting it to freeze when she's looking really good and then leaving.
I feel like that is pandemic skills right there. It's just like developing.
That's hilarious, Bob. Did you see there's this new app out now that you can download for when you have Zoom meetings, and it will purposely interrupt with like a baby crying or like static or a freeze frame.
That's brilliant.
It is brilliant. I know.
It was like, oh, I gotta get this. I'm so sorry, everybody.
My baby crying. I gotta go.
Wait a minute, you don't have a kid? Yeah, secret baby. Don't worry about it.
I just bought it.
Bought it from the baby store. my co-star Bob told me about it. I got a great deal on it.
Gotta check this out.
So let's move along to our next question. In the meantime, this one is from Kim. Oh boy, I've been having a field day with these over on the anime side, so I cannot wait to hear what you all have to provide. What fandom crossover would you like to see with the 100? So it's specifically, it doesn't have to be like the exact fans, but, like a different property or, something of that nature.
Right. I mean, if we're crossing over shows and stuff into the 100 world, you mean?
Just anything. It could be, like Avengers with the 100, or
I would like to see The Office with the 100.
Oh my God, yes.
Ooh. No, that's a good one.
Michael Scott and Clark Griffin having a conversation.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
That is really good.
Dwight and Murphy. Just
Dwight and Murphy would be a good match, actually. They would try to outsmart it. I would watch that.
Yeah. That would be funny.
Can I just jump on board that answer? Like, I don't even know if I can top that one.
Honestly, if you want to co-sign, I will count that because that is really good.
This is the camera movement, and Bellamy's just like looking in the lens, like, as Marie's killing someone, just like,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm with that answer too.
The Boys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would be cool too.
Boys with 100.
They would just destroy us because they got superpowers.
I feel like Marie would still be the most violent on that show.
Levitt's into breast milk.
Yeah. Levitt's like, what are you doing? What do you got there? What was that?
Oh, dear. I don't know.
What's the lead's name on that? The character?
Homelander?
No. Oh, sorry, no. The kid without superpowers.
Oh, Hugo? Or
yes, I think Huey. Huey,
yeah.
That's it. Levitt and Huey would just be yelling in the corner the whole season. Just be like, what the fuck is going on?
I'm going to cross into cartoon land and just say Rick and Morty because I love that show.
Yeah.
And so it would be really fun to go like jump galaxies on a different show as cartoons.
Yeah.
I mean, we've already done
solid.
the live action version, I guess, but yeah.
There you go. And I imagine over time, you know, they could probably have some of these as, you know, streaming originals. Peacock, get on this. we need this crossover yesterday. Rock and roll. So let's see our next fan question. This one is from Hania. If you had a chance to tell your 10-year-old self something, what would it be?
Steal more candy. Like, you know, the opportunities that I have passed up on 5-cent candies, paying full fucking price. When you're a kid, you're like, yeah, there's a $1 in here. I just, you know.
Steal more candy. The 5-cent candies. Oh, yeah.
You go to the till, you're like, yeah, there's a $1 in here, but really there's like $1.50.
Did they ever count your candies when you'd bring the little bag up?
One person did. This one corner store, they put their gloves on and they'd count the 5-cent candy. Anyway.
You had like a very suspicious look on your face, so they're like, I'm going to...
You're like, it's $1.
It's
$1 worth.
I went to Kelowna recently, and I like stopped on the way back at like some little kind of corner store gas station maybe, and in it there was like a 5-cent candy thing.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And I was just like stared at it like, oh my God, like that's from like another time. Like, are you guys? Have you heard of COVID? Yes. Where am I? I was just like, who uses this? Is this still a thing? Wow. My 10-year-old self.
This is a stumper.
One thing I reckon that I thought about a lot when I was 10 years old is what I was going to be like when I was older, so my age now, and whether I could grow a beard. Never going to happen, mate. Just forget.
You can grow a beard. We've seen it.
There's nothing here. There's nothing going on in these bits.
We've seen the Bellamy scruff. It's great.
That's not good. I like Jason's there. Look at him. He's not even trying.
No show has ever let me keep a beard. That's a true story. Very upset about this.
I'd say, look, don't worry about the beard. No show will ever let you keep it. 10-year-old.
Yeah. Don't even worry. Young. Yeah. They're never going to let you keep this beard.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I don't know. Probably start acting sooner if I could talk to my 10-year-old self. I didn't start until I was like 21 years old. So there you go. I would have saved myself a lot of jobs I hated had I started acting earlier.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I would say don't go near the Nutella. Just don't try it. Don't get to know it. Don't think about it. Don't try it. It's very familiar. I think all of you guys are at this point.
Yeah, what was the key to happiness?
I just remember in Paris coming to your table for breakfast, Tass, and you had like 47 single-use Nutellas emptied and stacked. Oh, it was like
tiny piece of bread, and then I was like, "Can I have 4 more Nutella packages, please?"
And then, "Can I have 4 for my purse?"
Just for emergencies.
You know, just shoot it right into my veins. Let's go. Let's just skip a few steps here. Come on.
Yeah.
Put it in the little baggie. I got the rest here. We're set.
I think the one thing apart from steal more candy that I would say is trust the compliments you get. Like I found growing up, people were so like, they were so complimentary to me saying like I had a unique spirit or a unique energy. And I somewhere along the way that going into adulthood that can waver. And I just think I wish I could tell myself, don't dim your light.
Yes.
Yeah. Just keep it. Just keep it. Fuck if people think it's weird, and fuck if it annoys people. Just be you, and like that confidence to be in your true self. I would encourage myself to do that more, which involves candy. So
there you go. Be your true self. Steal more candy.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess be awesome at acting, but steal more candy. Please, GalaxyCon live viewers, don't actually go and steal more candy. We are not actually.
There's some candy.
If you steal it, apparently send it to Chelsey.
Like, you know, you saying steal more candy. I actually stole a lot of candy before school, like all the time. Ooh. And it's something, you know, like now I have regrets about it.
Oh.
You know, as someone who did steal a lot of candy as a kid, she'll carry that cross for quite some time.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. I'll never have to wonder now what could have been.
These are the deep, hard-hitting stories that we get into here at GalaxyCon.
Talk to your therapist about it.
Yeah, I'm taking notes right now to give to her later this week.
There you go. So I think everyone got through that. Let's move along to our next question because we still have plenty of time. And just as a quick reminder, there is still time to get your one-to-one with our fantastic guests over at GalaxyCon.com. So don't delay if you are looking forward to having some more stories or interesting advice about candy. There is still plenty of time. So this one is from Casey. Oh, this is going to be interesting. If you could change the ending of the show, would you?
Yeah, I would have left Clark alone with the dog.
Boom, boom.
I'm kidding. I survived. I wouldn't change it at all. Levitt surviving was the biggest surprise to me.
Honestly, I haven't seen season 6 or 7, so no. I mean, I read 6, but the one thing I did hear about it is that you couldn't procreate. That was one thing. I was like, oh, that's a bit of a shame.
Mm-hmm.
One thing.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Why did they do that?
Because
because there had to be repercussions
For staying.
So it was like, you guys can choose this, but it's not like you're going to rebuild the human race again.
Oh,
the human race has ascended. That's
it. You're the last. You're the last of the breed.
Yeah.
It's probably
we were going to give you a chance, but then that one human, one freaking human.
In this moment of glory, this is what you do.
I mean, I like the message, I think, about because it was such a war, there was so much, conflict throughout all of the seasons. There was so much fighting. There was so much miscommunication, so much all these clans, just fighting and intergalactic fighting. And I really loved that the final, thought was, until you guys all stop fighting, you can't, kind of, I guess, ascend, whatever that means. But I didn't really see that type of message for the 100 for the end of the show. I thought it was just going to, I thought the Great War was going to, I thought it was going to be something that was a little bit more violent. But so I liked that final message quite a bit. Israel.
I would just change it to join the office. So.
And then suddenly everyone wakes up over at Dunder Mifflin. Done.
Documentary over.
Everyone ascends, and suddenly they're all in cubicles, wearing office attire.
That's where everyone goes.
that is where you go when you ascend. You go to the office. Done. Again, wow. Peacock, get on this. We're giving you gold here. Okay, so I think we have time for at least one more. So let's see what could be our final question. This one is from Martina. Ooh, all right. Would you guys live in space if given the chance?
Absolutely not.
I mean, absolutely. Is there a space station or
a return? Yeah, there's stipulations to this.
Yeah. Am I just chilling by myself in space, or
you're eating potatoes?
You know what? Let's assume for the sake of simplicity that whatever riders you would attach to that would be the conditions for living in space. So if all your conditions were met, would you want to live in space?
$100p.
Oh no! I've been corrected by the chat. No stipulations. You guys, it's one or the other, y'all. I am a merciful moderator, but apparently the chat is brutal.
They're turning on you.
The crowd is spoken.
That one-way ticket to Mars is looking pretty good right now.
Yeah.
No stipulations. You've chosen your path. You're out there. I would say no, but I would rather live on Earth. But I have thought about, like, if I was dying and I had, like, you know, one way to go, I would love to be shot in a single-use rocket up into space, and then I can have a look at the world and then open my door and die. That's how I'd like to go.
That's epic.
So, to die in space, but not live.
Yeah, there we go. Celebrating the epicness of that one-way trip.
Bobby
won. It'd be quite a view, though. I do agree.
Isn't that how Johnny?
In space?
Isn't that what happened with Hunter S. Thompson? Didn't Johnny Depp? I think Johnny Depp got Hunter S. Thompson's body and shot it out of a cannon.
That's awesome. But I want to be alive.
Right.
Okay, right. I'll talk to Johnny.
Get Johnny to set it up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel that we're the same height. Maybe he's got his own capsule that he'll let me borrow.
100% I would. Why not? Like, I would love to. I mean, technically we're already in space, so let's.
Oh, yeah.
But yes,
brain thinking there.
I would love to. I remember there was this contest, if you will, on Instagram a few years ago of this very, very rich, I think he was like a prince somewhere, saying, would you like to be my guest into space? And you have to apply through his Instagram. And I was like, I might do this.
Sounds suspect. I don't know.
Yeah. This van is my.
He's friends with that. He's friends with the prince of Uganda that needs just $1,000.
It was
totally
really
legit. I got it in an email.
He's like, I'll go to space with you.
Anyway, I didn't apply more than once, so fine.
You're in a pyramid scheme now.
Tell me about your MLM. Is there a seminar that we need to attend? But in all seriousness, thank you so much to all of you. Real shame that we don't have Rhiannon here to share the love with all of you from our wonderful GalaxyCon live fans. And for all of you, any parting words before we wrap this one up and send you off, not to ascend, to the office.
This has been a blast.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been great, you guys.
Hopefully, everybody.
Thank you so much to everyone. Sorry,
Yeah.
Jason.
And as always, it's so lovely seeing your faces, guys. Like, what a cool, wicked experience we've had in this life together, and it's just so lovely to chat.
Thank you so much for all the fans for supporting us and giving us the opportunity also to come together and like keep, you see one another and share experiences with you and talk about the show. It's a really beautiful thing.
Yeah, I'm very grateful to the fans. So thank you. Woohoo! Let's get it.
Let's
dance. Again, thank you one more time to all of you for being here today. We really appreciate you coming on by, sharing some great stories, having some great laughs. Really appreciated that. And big thanks to all of you who are watching live in the chat. We really appreciate your support every weekend here at GalaxyCon Live. And with that, we're going to start wrapping it up. Again, thank you so much. As always, stay happy, stay healthy, stay informed, and we'll see you again soon at GalaxyCon Live. Take care, y'all.